With developments in weaponry and countermeasures, main battle tanks have advanced from simple and light to heavy, modernized, and highly adaptable during the Cold War. But which is the deadliest tank in the world, or the fastest? Which tank has the thickest armor? Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be ranking the top 10 battle tanks in the world according to weaponry, mobility, and protection. Before we get into the video, kindly note that the information provided in this video is for educational purposes only. Without further ado, let's dive in. Number 10, T-14 Armata, Russia. The all-new T-14 Armata is a 4th generation main combat tank that could be the best tank in the world right now. It has excellent mobility and a modern, updated main cannon, weighing roughly 55 tons. The T-14's main armament is a 2A82 1M 125mm smoothbore cannon, with a 12.7108mm cord machine gun with 300 rounds and a 7.6254 mmR Pecheneg PKP or PKTM machine gun with 1000 rounds as a supplementary armament. The Armata also has an active protection system and only a 3-person crew. The turret is also somewhat small, making it a difficult target to hit. A 1500 horsepower diesel engine with a minimum service life of 2,000 hours powers the Tu-14. The rest of the globe appears to be playing catch-up with the T-14 currently. Number 9, the M1A2C Abrams, United States. Western tanks on this list are all 3rd generation, but they've all been upgraded to 4th generation norms. The Abrams is no different. Since 1979, the Abrams has been in production, and all previous models are now outdated. When assessing the Abrams tank's power, only the most recent variants such as the M1A2C Abrams should be considered, as they have modern capabilities such as the Israeli-made Trophy Active Protection System. The M265A1 120mm smoothbore cannon is the main armament, and it shoots a variety of rounds, the most common of which is the depleted uranium M829 round. Number 8, Leopard 2A7+, Germany. During the Cold War, both the Leopard and the Abrams were developed as a cooperative West German-American project. However, the countries eventually opted to go their own ways and develop their main battle tanks on their own. It is a newer version of the tried-and-true Leopard 2 design, and it now has more armor and upgraded electronics. RPG rounds and IEDs are no match for the Leopard's 2A7 when it comes to conventional and urban warfare challenges. Due to its powerful gun and innovative fire control system, this tank has superior precision and a longer range of fire than other tanks. The Leopard 2 series tank outperformed the American M1A2 SEP, the British Challenger 2, the French LECLERC, and other tanks in various international tank challenge tournaments. This MBT is powered by a 1500 horsepower multi-fuel diesel engine. Despite the extra weight, the vehicle's mobility has improved thanks to upgraded suspension components. The Leopard 2's cross-country performance is comparable to those of other Leopard 2 series tanks. The German army has bought the first batch of 20 Leopard 2A7 MBTs, which are an upgrade over Leopard 2A6. The first deliveries were made in 2014. The German army intends to modify 50 to 100 tanks to 2A7 specifications. Qatar has purchased 62 MBTs, whereas Saudi Arabia has ordered over 200. Number 7, MERKAVA IVM WINDBREAKER, Israel. The MERKAVA Mach 4 main combat tank is Israel's most recent main battle tank. It is the successor to the MERKAVA Mach 3 that came before it. In 2004, the MERKAVA Mach 4 was adopted. It is one of the world's most best protected tanks. This MBT is unique in that it features a front-mounted engine, which provides the crew with more protection and a better chance of survival if the tank is destroyed. MERKAVA Mach 4 Meo Ruach tanks have been upgraded to include a combat-proven Trophy Active Protection System that eliminates incoming anti-tank missiles and rockets. This tank is also effectively shielded from air-to-surface guided missiles and sophisticated anti-tank weapons. The Israeli tank is armed with a 120mm smoothbore cannon made in Israel. The MERKAVA Mach 4 has a brand new firing control system with some highly advanced features. One of them is a traditional munitions firing system with a high hit probability against low-flying helicopters. Despite being equipped with a strong motor, the MERKAVA Mach 4 has middling mobility because of its high weight. The back compartment of all of the MERKAVA series tanks may be utilized to transport troops and goods under armor. When the ammunition is emptied, it can carry up to 10 troops. Israel uses the MERKAVA Mach 4 in combat. The Israel Defense Forces have ordered another 300 of these tanks, bringing the total number of these tanks built to 360. These tanks were not accessible for export for a long period. In 2014, however, it was announced that Israel would sell a number of these tanks to an unnamed customer. Number 6. LECLERC XLR, France. France's LECLERC tank, like the Russians' new T-14 ARMATA tank, has a 3-man crew. The LECLERC has been in production since 1991, and it still has the benefit of being quite light, weighing in at roughly 55 tons. Lightweight construction improves mobility and the number of bridges that can be crossed, as well as lowers the chance of becoming trapped in the mud. A 120mm model F1 smoothbore gun, and a 12.7mm coaxial M2 heavy machine gun, and a roof-mounted 7.62mm machine gun are all installed on the LECLERC. The LECLERC XLR is the France's most current model, ensuring the tank's relevance on the battlefield today. Number 5. Challenger 2 CLEP, United Kingdom. The British have also developed their own 3rd-generation tank, the Challenger 2 CLEP, which has been improved to a 4th-generation standard. One peculiar feature of the Challenger 2 is its primary cannon. The L30A1 122mm rifle gun is used by the Challenger 2. Although most main battle tanks now have smoothbore cannons, the British have decided to keep their rifled gun. An L94A1 EX34 7.62mm chain gun and a 7.62mm L37A2 machine gun are also mounted on the Challenger 2. It has a capacity of 4,200 7.62mm rounds. The Challenger can also be equipped with a Leonardo Enforcer remote control weapon system, a 12.7mm heavy machine gun, or a 40mm automatic grenade launcher. Number 4. K2 Black Panther, South Korea. They are some of the most expensive main battle tanks in service anywhere in the world today, costing over $8.5 million for each vehicle. It is also one of the most recent all-new tank designs, having only been in production since 2013. Hyundai Rotem will replace South Korea's antiquated Cold War-era American M48 Patton tanks with the K2 Black Panther. The K2 Black Panther can reach a top speed of 43 miles per hour and weighs roughly 55 tons. The Black Panther is equipped with a CN08 120mm 55 caliber smoothbore gun with an autoloader mechanism that allows it to fire up to 10 rounds per minute. A 12.7mm K6 machine gun and a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun are used as secondary weaponry. Number 3. Type 10, Japan. Type 10 is Japan's 4th generation main battle tank, intended to replace the Type 74 and Type 90 tanks, which are now obsolete. Only roughly 104 tanks have been constructed since its introduction in 2012, making it one of the rarest tanks on this list. Japan's Steelworks created an entirely new cannon for the Type 10. It shoots the Type 10 APF SDS round, which is made of amorphous metals and heavy metal particles and was designed specifically for this tank. Number 2. Type 99A, China. China developed and produced the Type 99 main combat tank to replace the Type 88. It has been in production since 2001, with the Type 99A starting in 2011. Over 4,000 Type 99 tanks have been constructed, making it one of the most frequent tanks on our list, but still well behind the ABRAMS, which has been produced in excess of 10,000. A 2-plane stabilized ZPT-98 125mm smoothbore cannon with a carousel-style autoloader, as well as a QJC-88 12.7mm machine gun and a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun form the main armament. Number 1. T-90MS, Russia. The T-90 is a 3rd-generation Russian main battle tank that was first produced in 1993, making it a post-Cold War vehicle. It's essentially a modified version of the T-72, a Soviet tank mainstay. Tank production has always been a priority for Russia. Before World War II, the Soviet Union had more tanks than any other country. During the war, it manufactured more tanks than any other combatant, and throughout the Cold War, it produced more tanks than America. The 2A46M 125mm smoothbore tank cannon is the T-90's main armament, and it also has an NSV 12.7mm remotely operated anti-aircraft heavy machine gun. All the tanks mentioned are clearly far-reaching weapons that will be welcomed into any modern army. Nonetheless, due to the ever-changing nature of the modern battlefield, all tanks have obstacles, and they all need to be modernized constantly to keep them up to date. Which one of these caught your eye and why? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other videos.